What's up guys? Welcome to today's video. Hope you guys are all having a great weekend so far. I believe this video is going to be uploaded Saturday afternoon for you guys. It's currently Friday evening for me, about 6:15 in the evening. I think I'm going to save the editing for tomorrow morning. I don't think I'm going to have time to edit it tonight, which is why the video is going to be up Saturday afternoon hopefully. But today's video is going to be a follow-up video on the one that I just posted a few days ago. It's going to be talking about the third rental property that I recently closed on, I think just about 2 weeks ago now. As you guys know, I took you guys through a house tour. If you guys did miss that video, I highly suggest clicking down below. I give you guys a full in-depth tour on my entire property of the 1,960 square foot property that's actually just down the street from where I'm staying right now. All my tenants are already moved in. Everything's already figured out. We're good to go on that. But I wanted to dedicate this video and go into a little bit more in-depth on the numbers of the property, break down my rents, break down the appraisal. I just got in the appraisal for my refinance a couple days ago, so I'm super excited to talk about that as well. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and please drop a like if you guys did enjoy. So for those of you guys that didn't know, I actually had to purchase this property all cash. It was an off-market deal, so in order for me to purchase this property all cash, I had to get private financing from my good friend and business partner Ricky. He loaned me $219,000. The reason why we chose that number is just because I wanted to keep the loan to value ratio right around 25%. I bought the property for $292,000. He gave me a temporary loan of $219,000, which leaves me with about $73,000 that I had to bring to closing in order to keep my 25% equity in the property. The reason why I did this is just to simplify the process for when I do refinance with a bank. Basically, when I refinance with a bank, they're going to give me a lower interest rate. It's obviously going to be a longer term. The loan that I got from Ricky was meant to be like a 60-day loan because it's so high in interest rate. It's a 12% annualized interest rate, which is about 1% a month. So if you loan me $220,000 at 1% a month, it's essentially $2,200 that I'm paying him every single month to have the loan. That's obviously a lot more than if I were to get it through the bank, but since we had to close all cash and it was a very quick close, I had to get the private financing. This is pretty typical on a lot of flips and pretty much all off-market deals that are all cash. Unless you have all that cash available to you immediately, you're generally going to have to get private financing because the bank's not going to be able to approve you fast enough, and it's just a lot more things that you have to go through as opposed to private financing. So I have about $73,000 that I put down into the property. After closing costs, I believe that's like $76,000 that I actually had to bring the closing. I had a $5,000 earnest money deposit on the house, so that kind of canceled out some of it. I already went through all the closing statements previously, so if you guys missed that video, I will link that one down below as well. So I'm currently in the process of refinancing. Basically, I want the bank to take over Ricky's loan. I want to get Ricky out of the deal so I can pay him off, and then I want the bank to take over my loan and have a normal 30-year fixed rate mortgage on the property. I officially locked in my interest rate as of 2 days ago. It is a 3.99% interest rate. It's obviously the lowest interest rate out of the 3 properties that I have. My first rental property, I have a 4.5 interest rate, and then my second rental property is a 4.49%. This one is locked in at 3.99. It's expected to close, I believe, in anywhere from 15 to 20 days from now. The sooner the better, obviously, because I want to pay off Ricky. The longer I have Ricky's loan, the more it's going to cost me. I was hoping to have Ricky's loan for as little as 45 days, which is actually what it's looking like right now. The lender that I'm working with, I've been working with them for the last 2 properties, and they are cruising through it, so I'm really happy, and I'm really grateful that they're working hard because they know what type of loan I have right now, and they're trying to cruise through it. They're trying to get it through underwriting so I can get it refinanced as fast as possible and get that lower interest rate through the bank. So basically with the bank, I'm essentially 4%. With Ricky, I'm 12%. So it's 3 times as much every single month if I were to keep Ricky's loan. But obviously I wouldn't be able to do it without him. So I'm very grateful for that. And it's just a win-win for everyone. He gets paid for loaning me the money. I get a great deal on a property, and then I also get to refinance with the bank as well. So now that we got that all out of the way, I wanted to break down some specific numbers. I just got my appraisal in for the property for the refinance. Basically, the bank wants to make sure that they're getting a good deal as well, just in case I default on my payments or I stop paying my mortgage. If they foreclose on the property, they need to have enough equity in the property in order to pay themselves. They don't want to loan $300,000 on a $250,000 house because they're already in the negative. So the appraisal is a third-party company that basically gives you market value of what they think for your house. And usually the banks that you're getting a loan from will hire an appraiser in that specific area because they know the area the best. And it appraised at $330,000 on the dot. As you guys know, I bought the property, I closed on the property just about 2 weeks ago for $292,000, which basically gives me an extra $38,000 of equity into the property. So if you add that $38,000 of equity to my $73,000 I already have in, it gives me about 38% equity into the property as opposed to the 25% that I had before the appraisal, which is really, really sweet. It's just built-in equity from the good deal that I got. Now that was pretty much the whole reason why I bought this property. It's not going to be an insane cash flowing deal like I have on my other properties because it's not going to be a student rental. It's going to be a family that moves in there. I already have my two good friends that are living there, and the cash flow, I can tell you right now, is not going to be nearly as good as my other two properties, but I bought it for the good deal. So if I were to sell this house right now, I'd basically have, in market value, I'd basically have an additional $38,000. Obviously, I'd have to pay a lot more closing costs. I have to pay real estate commissions, but just to keep things in simple terms, it's basically $38,000 extra just for closing on the deal, which is awesome. It's in a great area as well, so I do expect that this house will appreciate at a pretty good speed, which is exciting as well. And then it's just a house that, if and when I do move out here, it's probably something that I'm gonna look into moving into myself because I love the area. So those are the main reasons why I bought the property. Now we're gonna talk about the specific rental numbers, my payments every single month. Obviously my payments right now, I'm paying Ricky about $2,200 a month. I'm paying my insurance, which is about $45 a month. I'm paying HOA, which is $90 a month, and then I'm paying taxes, which is another $100 a month. So altogether right now, until I refinance, I'm $2,500, about $2,500 out of pocket every single month. Once I refinance on the property with a 3.99% interest rate, my mortgage on the property with the bank and HOA and insurance and taxes will hopefully be right around $1,350, which will actually allow me to start making a little bit of cash flow. I'm currently renting it for $1,675 a month. The cool thing about this, because it's not student rentals, I'm actually not paying any utilities whatsoever. The tenants that are in there now, and I plan on doing this for all the future tenants, they're paying for the water, the trash, the electrical, the gas, all on their own. So it's basically a much steadier income for me. I basically know exactly how much I'm gonna make every single month on it, obviously minus repairs if there is any repairs, not if, when there are repairs. But it's just a little bit easier because on my other two properties, since they are student rentals, it's a lot harder to have the students within the house kind of figure out what they should be paying for all this stuff. So I do pay for water and trash on my other two properties, and that fluctuates a little bit every single month. It can be anywhere from like $70 to $90 a month. Not a huge deal for me, but it's just an extra $90 a month that I'm losing. Obviously, I'm getting premium rent in those specific houses because it is student rentals and it's a little bit more stressful, but I really like this, how passive this house is going to be. I really just essentially just have to collect a check. I don't think there's going to be nearly as many problems. First of all, the house is way newer, so there's not going to be any actual problems, and then there's not going to be any internal problems between the tenants because they know each other. My student rentals, I've had quite a few internal problems. Basically 2 houses with 4 students in it each that are first-time renters, so there's been a lot more text messages and stuff like that. A little bit more stressful than I assume this house will be. So if I have around a $1,400 a month mortgage all in and I get about $1,675 a month, the cash flow is about $275 a month on this property. My other 2 properties are ranging from $725 to $775 a month each cash flow. So that's about almost 4 times less cash flow than I'm gonna get on this property. But like I said, I'm in it for the appreciation, I'm in it for the good deal, and it's just a house that I really, really love. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys do have any or want me to break down any more specific numbers, comment down below. So I'm in the process of editing this video, and the final clip that I filmed yesterday just didn't save on my camera, so I'm ending the video right now. I think the last thing that I had to say on here was thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to drop a like down below, and if you guys do have any video suggestions or have any more questions, please comment down below. I love answering your guys' questions in the comment section, so you guys are more than welcome to comment whatever you like. Have a great rest of your weekend, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.